President John F. Kennedy wrote a famous quote: "Fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." Today, I would like to rephrase that a bit by saying, fellow Americans, ask not what your planet can do for you, but what you can do for your planet. Today, I will be speaking to you about three things: the benefit of recycling, how recycling ensures the future of our planet, and what you can do to help. There are several benefits for recycling. One is recycling reduces the amount of waste. Everything that you buy is buried into a landfill. And that landfill, the waste that's buried in it can leak and cause contamination in the water system, in our local lakes and rivers. So by recycling, we one, reduce the waste, and we cut down on the number of landfills that need to be built to contain the waste. Also, recycling cuts landfill cost. To build one landfill is $500,000 to $1 million just for engineering and design alone. Then the lining that is supposed to keep the waste from seeping into the ground is $75,000 per acre. By recycling, we cut this cost. And all this money comes from taxpayers. So when you recycle, you not only help yourself as a taxpayer, but you also help the nation's economy. Recycling also keeps materials out of incinerator machines that pollute the air and cause ash residue. I used to live in Los Angeles, California, and every morning when you woke up, there was smog over the city. Time magazine even wrote an article that said it was the worst smog to hit Southern California in years. And smog comes from the exhaust from cars. And the exhaust gives off greenhouse gases, which will cause global warming. So a lot of car companies have started manufacturing cars that are hybrid cars or electric cars to help with this epidemic. Recycling also saves trees. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, reports that 1 ton of recycling paper saves 17 trees. And 1 ton of plastic saves 16 barrels of oil because it takes oil to produce plastic. Recycling also creates jobs. The U.S. Recycling Economy Information Study says 50,000 recycling plants have created over 1 million jobs in the United States. By recycling, we also ensure the future for the next generation. By recycling, we reduce the number of landfills, guaranteeing cleaner water. We also increase the number and the amount of natural resources, and we enjoy breathing clean air. Now here's the question: what can I do? What possible thing or impact can I have on this massive problem? You can start a recycling program in your home, your school, your job, or even your community. At home, you can buy products that can be recycled, such as glass jars, products in glass jars. I have a pickle jar here. It's glass, and the glass can be recycled. Or you can buy products in a tin can. These are some black beans that I got, and you can recycle the can. So you can do that at home. Also, you can shop with companies that are green conscious. I did an interview with my favorite makeup company, MAC Cosmetics, with a former manager of mine. I used to work with MAC, and my former manager, she's still a manager now, at the Dillard's MAC counter in South Haven, Mississippi. And MAC has a Back to MAC program. And she said, you can bring in 6 plastic or glass MAC containers that are empty back to the MAC counter, and they will give you a free $17 lipstick. Now, if you're fortunate enough to live at a MAC's freestanding store, you can get a lipstick, a lip gloss, or an eyeshadow when you bring back 6 of plastic or glass MAC containers. So those are ways that you can help at home to recycle. You can also start a recycling bin in your house. You can have a bin for newspapers, a bin for glass, a bin for plastic, and a bin for tin cans. And also avoid buying hazardous material. Find alternate ways of cleaning material for your house that are not hazardous, because hazardous material cannot be recycled. So these are ways that you can help at home to start a recycling program. Now at school or on your job, you can get a group of students or co-workers and ask the administration if you can start a recycling program on the job or at school. Then elect a coordinator or a club to oversee the program. Determine what you want to recycle. Then gather bins and place them in general locations and make sure they stay empty. For schools, you may want to even involve the media into your recycling program that may encourage other schools or other organizations to join in and start their own recycling program. The book of Psalms says in Psalms 8 and 6, you, God, gave them charge of everything you made, putting all things under their authority. God has given us dominion over his earth to be good stewards over his resources. So today I want to challenge you to be a part of stewarding a clean and healthy earth for us as well as for our children and the next generations to come. By starting a recycling program in your home, at school, at work, or in your community, you are making a difference to create a wonderful world. Act today. Reuse, reduce, and please recycle.